just been out foraging around the area where I'm located. Always important to do that, to see what you can find. I've come across a plastic bottle. It's pretty old. It's going to come in handy also to help me fish. It'll do nicely. And I've come across two useful items. An old battered tin and a drink container. Ordinarily you wouldn't like to find this stuff around here, but for me it can come in really handy. This will help me fishing, and if I get thirsty, I'll be able to boil up some water in this tin. So it's a good find. What I want to do with this drink bottle is to cut the top off, then invert it, and hopefully the fish will go in but not come out. Let's do it. Okay, so essentially that'll be the capture. Put that there, put some bugs or something in it, fish will go in, hopefully not out. That's what I'm doing. Just putting that in the water. It'll sink down. I can get some bugs, put them in, fish will come in, hit the top, won't be able to come back out.
What I'm aiming to do is catch small bait fish, but if you can catch enough of them, they're a meal unto themselves. Otherwise you can use them to try and catch larger fish.
While I'm waiting for my bait fish, there's another technique I've always been wanting to use. It's actually where you get your shirt, some branches, and try to lift the fish out of the shallows. Never tried it, don't know how good it'll be, but I mean, you might as well give it a go. Okay, so what I've done, cut a branch, wrapped my shirt around it and made some sort of impromptu netting. I'll lower that in the water, sprinkle some ants or bugs over the water. Hopefully the fish will be inquisitive enough to come in. I can lift them out. See how it goes.
This species of fish, known as the gambusia, is native to the Americas. And, like all freshwater fish, the gambusia can be eaten. But fortunately for these guys, I'm well aware you can go up to 3 weeks without food, so they're in no risk of being eaten at this stage. As for the results of shirt fishing, this technique also drew dividend with another 4 gambusia being caught, but they too are having a lucky day and will be released back into the water. Then, with my shirt dried out, I decided to turn my hand to more traditional forms of fishing.
If you've got the time and inclination, you can try to catch a larger fish. Now, I've untangled my fishing wire, wrapped around this twig, and a larger branch here which I can use as a bit of a rod. Also find small pebbles, use those as weights to sink the line into the water. So there's no guarantee I'll catch anything, but I'll give it a go. Got nothing else to do. What I can do first up is use my corkscrew to drill through this soft wood, and I can feed my line through it. That way if I do catch anything, the line's not going to get pulled off the stick. Okay, I'm ready to cast now. I've got my hook baited with a bit of a borer that I found in one of the trees nearby. Suppose nothing ventured, nothing gained.
After waiting for about an hour and a couple of near misses, I finally got something to be excited about.
Now hang on, I've got something here. What I've actually just been able to catch is a bully mullet. It's not a tough kid with a bad haircut. It's a fish that'll go in these shallow pools to feed off the bottom, eating all the detritus, which is the decaying vegetable and animal matter. It'll taste like mud, pretty much tastes like what it feeds off. Full of good protein and energy, so if you're really in a bind, you could eat it. As I was saying, you can spend up to 3 weeks without food. I don't really need to eat this, I'm going to release it. I mean, why take it if you don't need it?